Are you feeling overwhelmed by the thought of taking insurance in your private practice or insurance billing? Well, you're not alone. And so today I'm going to talk about some of the basics of insurance billing so you can stop stressing and start succeeding in business. So my name is Adrienne Fuller. I am a speech language pathologist and a private practice owner and coach for SLPs. So after a decade of running my own private practice and billing insurance, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. The not is why I'm here, because I want to help you bill insurance successfully, right? But I know how confusing it can be. And so it doesn't have to be. Let's simplify this process together. So first, let's talk about what is insurance billing in some terms. Insurance billing is basically letting the insurance company know what you did and how much you want to get paid for it. Right? And how much you want to get paid for it, that's a little bit loaded, because if you're in contract or a network with them, then you know how much you're going to get paid for it, right? Because you've agreed to that. So let's talk about some key terms, just a few though, all right? I will not overload you with terms. But the first one is EOB, explanation of benefits. That's basically a breakdown from the insurance company. Sometimes you'll get it in the mail, sometimes you'll get it online, but of what you did and how much they're going to pay you for it. Also, it lets you know how much the family or patient is responsible for. All right. If your EOBs have ever looked like my beginning EOBs used to look, they were full of denials, and that is so frustrating, right? And so if you get a denial on your EOB, don't put your head in the sand and don't get frustrated. Walk it off, take a beat, and then figure out why this claim is being denied. I'm getting ahead of myself. Another one is CPT codes, right? Those are codes that let the insurance company know what you did. Frequent codes that SLPs or speech language pathologists use would be 92507 for your speech visit, or your language visit, 92523 for your evaluation. If you're an OT, 97110 would be more like a therapeutic exercise code. I was going to say therapeutic exercise code. All right. So you might say, why is it important to understand the basics? Well, insurance increases your revenue potential, right? It brings people through your doors. It gives you a constant referral source, but also it improves your accessibility for services to the community that you serve. I don't know if we talk about that enough when we talk about private practice and billing versus like insurance billing versus taking private pay only. And so I always say, just another note, I have an insurance plan. You may have an insurance plan. Your parent has an insurance plan. It's always great when I can use my insurance plan and find great care. And if you look at it that way, you are providing great care for people in a certain plan. And that really does make it nice and easy for the customer and hopefully for you too, right? And so first steps to getting started in billing insurance, credentialing. You have to get credentialed with the insurance companies. A lot of times therapists think, oh, if I just call them up and tell them, no, there is definitely a process that credentialing has. You can do that yourself. You can get outside help. It's up to you how you want to go about that. The first thing would be to get that NPI, the National Provider Identification Number, NPI 1 and your NPI 2. Even if you are a solo practitioner, it's very easy just to get that NPI 1. But if you're starting to credential with insurance companies, even if you're planning not to hire, go ahead and get that NPI 2, only because when you're in the throes of trying to build a private practice, it is really hard if you only have your NPI 1 and then you're like, the insurance company says, oh, we still need your NPI 2. And you're stopping your marketing, your treating, your billing to try to get that NPI 2. So if you're one of my faves to work with sometimes, and that's people just starting with insurance. This is a great time to get the NPI too. If you're in the throes, another fave of building that private practice, go ahead, either outsource that task or set aside some time to do that. You'll be happy that you did. So another thing is set up your billing system. In private practice, a lot of us, we make time for patients, right? We will never cancel a patient. But when it comes to administrative tasks, such as billing, such as even doing your notes, a lot of times that gets swept to the side or put off. And that is probably your number one patient. Admin time, billing time, note time. So I highly encourage you first to look in your schedule, even if it's one dedicated hour, one dedicated half hour a week that you never cancel on to do these tasks. That makes your billing system fly and go somewhere. But when you're always putting it off, if you're not careful, as I've done in the past, I look up and I have a month's worth of claims that I have to bill for. So start with that, all right? Now, if this sounds like something you'd like to master or lick, of course, I can't cover billing and all of its complexities in just one short video, but we have a class coming up I'd love for you to participate in because I've made all the mistakes and I don't want you to make the mistakes. But if you're not quite ready to participate or take our class, no worries. We have plenty of free content that you can consume. But the biggest thing is getting the information and knowing the information, right? Because that's how you become better at billing. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like overwhelmed, don't stay there. Get outside help, a class, a course, hire someone to help. But insurance billing is something that can grow your practice and really make the practice that you envisioned in your head years ago come to pass. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this content or this video. If you know someone who could benefit from it, share it. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're consuming this. Until next time.